SARS-CoV-2 or virus dynamics and host response. Coronavirus, this is 2019 or COVID-19, has affected more than 100,000 patients globally. COVID-19 is caused by the SARS or severe acute respiratory syndrome. It has fatality rate of 2.3%. Mostly yung apektuhan nito is yung elderly patients and patients with comorbidities. It transmits person to person. Patients with COVID-19 present with respiratory symptoms is very similar to the presentation of other respiratory virus infection like leukemia or flu, ganun. Radiologically, COVID-19 is characterized by multifocal ground glass opacity, even for patients with mild disease. Virus dynamics and host response are essentials for formulating strategies for antiviral, which such as treatment, vaccination, and epidemiological. It comes from China, which is dun sila nagsisale ng mga exotic na mga animals, and the source of it is the zoonotic infection that called from China. Epithelial cells, that's the cells that come from surfaces of your body, such as skin, blood vessels, urinary tract, and organs. They serve as a barrier between its inside and outside of your body and protect it from viruses. Small number of epithelial cells is your urine, which is normal. The large number may be a sign of infection, kidney disease, or another serious medical condition. Urine test or urinalysis, which is yung tinitingnan nila to sa under microscope. It differ by size, shape, and appearance. 3 types of epithelial cells are renal tubular, which is most important. An increased number can mean a kidney disorder, also called renal cells. Second one is squamous. The large type of epithelial cells come from vagina and urethra, both found in female urine. Last is transitional, from anywhere between male urethra and renal pelvis, sometimes called bladder cells, and common in older adults. Neutrophils type of white blood cells. Neutrophils is a type of white blood cells also known as granulocyte, which protect us the infections and among other functions. They make 40 to 60% white blood cells in our bodies. Normal absolute neutrophil count between 2,500 to 7,500 neutrophils per microliter of blood. To increase production in the bone marrow, as with leukemia, or due to physical or emotional stress, a low number of neutrophils also sign of disease, such as leukemia, some infections, vitamin B12 deficiency, chemotherapy, and more. Make up the largest fraction of blood cells produced by the bone marrow. These cells are the first cells to arrive to scene when we experience bacterial infections. Damage to cell results in the release of chemokines which attract neutrophils to the site in the process called chemotaxis. Neutrophils also help regulate the immune response in general. Neutrophils have a very short lifespan, living on average only 8 hours, but our bodies produce roughly 100 billion of these cells each day. After being released from the bone marrow, half of these cells are present along the lining of blood vessels, and the other half are found in tissues of the body. The killer T cells is a type of immune cells that can kill certain cells like foreign cells, cancer cells, cells infected with the virus. It can be separated from other blood cells grown in the laboratory and then given to a patient to kill cancer cells. It is also type of white blood cells, type of lymphocyte, also called cytotoxic T cell or cytotoxic T lymphocyte. It find and destroy infected cells that have been turned into virus-making factories. To do this, they need to tell the differences between the infected cells and the healthy cells with the help of special molecules called antigens. It ables to find the cells with viruses and destroy them.
Acid in the blood, or what we call acidosis. If the level of acid in your blood are too high. Acidosis is due to lung problem and kidney. This occurs when kidney and lungs can keep the body's pH, or the potential of hydrogen, means measure of the hydrogen and ion concentration, measure of acidity of a solution. Kadalasan kapag mataas ang uric level acid ng isang tao. Second is the hypoxemia, an abnormally level of oxygen in the blood, o kulang yung daladalang oxygen ng mga dugo papunta sa mga dapat niyang puntahan, like brain or heart. Kadalasan, sanhi nito ay yung mga may heart defects, lung condition, tulad ng asthma, bronchitis, o kaya naman ay kung nasa mataas na altitude kung saan mababa yung oxygen sa hangin. 3 is the angiotensin converting enzyme, or the ACE. It is the central component of renin na siyang nagko-control sa blood pressure by regulating the volume of fluids in the body. Binabago nito ang hormone angiotensin 1 sa isang active vasoconstrictor, angiotensin 2. Memory angiotensin converting enzyme increase blood pressure indirectly by constricting blood vessels. 4. Memory cell, a long-lived lymphocyte capable of responding to a particular antigen or its reintroduction long after the exposure that promoted its production, or what we call B lymphocytes. Sila yung mga antibodies na kumakalaban sa mga pathogens like viruses. Ito yung mga bumubuo ng memory cells na siyang kumikilala sa parehong pathogens or viruses na pumapasok sa katawan natin para sa agarang pagbuo ng panlaban or the antibodies sa infected na dala nito. The last one is the mRNA 1273. Ito yung tawag nila sa vaccine laban sa SARS-CoV-2 na siyang ginawa ng mga scientists ng NIAID, or the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. Itong SARS-CoV-2 ay dahilan sa pagkakasakit ng tao na tinatawag natin COVID-19 o yung nararanasan natin sa panahon natin ngayon. Ngunit ito ay nasa phase 1 ng pagsusubok sa tao. Hindi pa siya isang ganap na gamot o vaccine laban sa COVID-19. Thank you!
Hi sir, so this is the systematic explanations po, lahat ng mga research namin. I'm Lawrence Burton. So first off, in December 2019, the Chinese government notifies the world that a virus is spreading across their communities. So, yung virus po na to is called Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome or Coronavirus 2, which is SARS-CoV-2. That was named na based sa genetic structure nila. So, yung hull po nila or your shell nila have spikes na parang corona yung itsura. It's very contagious. It is originated sa wild animals. And then, on the other things po, how it affects the bodies. So, when a person gets infected po, the virus travels through the lungs, intestine, or the spleen, or kidneys. So, yung lungs po natin, actually, the whole, the organs throughout the body, lined with billions of epithelial cells. So, sila po yung borders or barriers ng katawan natin to protect from viruses and bacteria. So, the coronavirus connects po to specific receptor on its victim's membranes to inject its genetic material. So, yung corona niya po, yung spike niya, is it's like a lock and key na nag-connect siya doon sa membrane ng epithelial cells. So, nandun na siya sa loob. Since it's a foreign virus, the cell is not knowing what happened, and nag-execute siya ng new instruction, which is just to copy and reassemble. Tapos, nandun na siya sa loob ng cells, fini-fill niya, yung cell ng more and more copies of itself hanggang sa nag-reach out na siya ng final order, self-destruct. Kasi po yung epithelial cells, if they know that something is wrong, they're gonna self-destruct. And then when that happens po, yung immune system natin is na-trigger. Tapos, pumupunta sila dun sa affected cells or affected part ng body natin. Actually, while they are there to protect you, they can be very dangerous kasi they don't have ears nor eyes. They just have this system na if there's something wrong with the body, you attack it. So that's how they tackle the virus. So as neurophiles, they pour into the lungs. They're the first line of defense. Parang sila yung first dun sa scene. They fight the virus. Actually, they start pumping enzymes na pinapatay nila yung friends nila and then yung enemies. Tapos yung isa pang type ng cell na importante for the immune system as well is the killer T virus. Sila naman yung nag-usually orders ng self-destruct sa infected cells. So, confused sila kasi they don't know what's happening. Never pa nila na-encounter this kind of virus before. They start ordering healthy cells to die kasi yung coronavirus, they infect them too. Pagsabog ng isang cell, lalabas yung mga corona, the copies of itself. So, they go on other cells as well. And then, the more immune cells arrive, they overflow it, they don't know what to do, what they only know is, we have to go there, we have to do something about it. And when they do that, na-overwhelm yung lungs, or yung part ng katawan natin na affected. So, the more immune cells arrive, the more damage they do. And the more healthy lung tissue will they kill. In most cases, the immune system regains control and the recovery begins. Pero, if you already have compromised health, if you have underlying causes, doon na nag-uumpisa na kumalat siya ng husto. Kasi hindi na ganun ka-bilis yung response or ganun kagaling yung response ng immune system natin. So, nagkakaroon na tayo ng complications. For example, yung acid-base balance natin, which is the yung nagko-control ng ating acidic tsaka yung basic natin or alkaline balance for the pH balance ng katawan natin. Nagkakaroon siya ng problema yung kidney natin kasi yung kidney natin yung nagme-maintain ng acid balance. So pag nagkakaroon tayo ng kidney failure, nagkakaroon tayo ng acidic na yung balance natin sa loob. So nagre-wreck na siya ng all sorts of havoc. So, yung natural pH balance natin gets affected dahil nga sa infected na kidney. And then, dahil sa kidney failure din. And of course, because yung lungs natin yung main supplier of oxygen, nagkakaroon tayo ng hypoxemia. Sometimes happens if the patient gets bacterial pneumonia or asthma. So, dahil nga sobrang paglaban nila sa virus, napapagod yung immune system natin. If you already have a weak immune system, madali na silang mapagod. Before they regain control of the situations, lumalabas na ngayon yung mga bacterial infections natin. Nagkakaroon ng bacterial pneumonia. And doon na yung pinakamalala na yung complications mo. So, if you have bacterial pneumonia, yung sac mo sa loob ng lungs mo is wala na yung barrier niya. It gets infected as well. So, hindi na siya nakakapaglabas ng efficient na oxygen mo pag meron kang pneumonia or asthma. So, yung air na kailangan ng katawan mo, yung oxygen na kailangan ng katawan mo, it's not providing enough. That's why, yung napupunta sa utak mo na oxygen, hindi na siya sapat. And then, one of the things na nasa balita ngayon is if you have hypertensions, mas lalo kang prone sa coronavirus. One of the reasons is the ACE. ACE actually is the angiotensin converting enzyme. Yun nga yung ACE. So, yung central component ng RAS or renin-angiotensin system na nagko-control ng blood pressure natin by regulating the volume of fluids sa katawan natin. So, i-convert niya yung hormone angiotensin-1 to the active vasoconstrictor angiotensin 2. Tapos, yung dahilan kung bakit medyo mas prone sila, kasi yung tinitake nila, yung ACE inhibitor, so yung underlying complications nila, nagiging masyado siyang severe kapag nagkakaroon siya in contact with COVID-19. Kasi yung ACE inhibitors na tinitake nila is nakakapagpalala ng sakit. And then, of course, because of our body is naturally, we have immune system na lumalaban sa mga foreign viruses and bacterial infection na pumapasok sa katawan natin. We have what is called memory cells. Memory cells is a long-term immunity. It's like, pag nagkaroon ka na ng sakit, that's why we have vaccines for smallpox, rubella, measles, and everything like that. Ang ginagawa nila is, lymphocytes sila na nakaka-encounter na previously ng sakit na to. Tapos, pag na-expose sila again sa same antigen, nag-initiate sila ng immune system response at nagpo-produce sila ng large amount of specific antibody na makakapag-clear ng infection sa katawan natin. Tapos, ito yung cell na tina-target ng mRNA 1273 na para siyang practice run. So, ipine-prepare niya yung immune system natin to specific virus na COVID-19 nga. Tapos, it's a weaker type of SARS-CoV-2 na nagtitrigger ng memory cell natin. So, there are a lot of types of vaccines. Pero the newer types, yung mRNA vaccine, Moderna company does this. So, ngayon nasa human trial na siya. So, ang bilis nilang, January lang to nilabas ng Chinese, yung kanilang genetic material ng SARS-CoV-2. So, nakita ng mga researchers na sobrang dami niyang pinagkaparehas sa SARS, which is happened way back 2003. So, yung mga labs na nag-aaral dati ng SARS is they can just get where they left off. So, dapat, usually, may animal testing pa siyang mangyayari. Pero ngayon, nasa human trial na sila, which is very fast because yung ating pinakamabilis na vaccine na ni-develop, which is for rubella, took 5 years. Pero sabi nila, it could only take this one 12 to 18 months. Which is mabagal pa din if you would think about it. Pero if you know a lot of things about vaccines and the phases that they're trying to accomplish here, it's actually very, very fast. Kasi hindi na nila dinaan yung animal testings and everything. So now they're just testing for the safety pa, yung phase 1 nila. Nasa human trials na sila, they're doing it in Seattle. So, naglalagay sila ng vaccine sa tao doon sa affected na lugar. And then the next thing they were gonna do is gagawin nilang larger expansions. So, maglalagay na sila doon sa mas maraming affected na lugar. Tapos, titingnan nila, napalalabasin nila yung binigyan nila ng vaccine, and they're gonna look if they're gonna be affected, kung naapektuhan ba sila, kung naahawaan sila